Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. We have $1,200 going out on eBay today, and I'm going to show you what we sold right now. All right, so we started off pretty slow. Friday and Saturday were very slow, and then yesterday picked up over $700. That made a total of $1,200 going out. First item up is something you definitely should list if you have any in your death pile, and that's a pair of swim trunks. So these are Columbia PFG. These are used, these are not new, and they still sold for $18.86. I paid less than $1, making them about a $14 profit. So I watch for Columbia PFG pretty much anything because all of that fishing gear seems to sell, especially right now when we are warm in the summer. People are going out and doing things. So if you have that stuff, I would definitely get it up right now. Next is some sheets, and they are not branded. They are Egyptian cotton. They are some purple striped sheets. I picked them up for $2 at a thrift store, and it's a fitted and a flat. I got them at a thrift store in Pennsylvania for $2. I could not pass them up for that. They are a queen size, and they sold for $20, plus the buyer paid $21.60 in shipping. Those are heavy sheets. They're for a queen. So my profit's going to be about $15, and they sold in about 2 months. And then I sold some Kim Gravel jeans. If you've been watching my channel a long time, you've seen me sell these. These were on a QVC pallet I got about 2.5, 3 years ago. So they have taken a while to sell. That definitely is a different business model. A lot of the stuff sold really fast, and then there are some still hanging around 2.5 years later. Those sold for $7, plus the buyer paid $9.65 in shipping. They will go in a padded flat rate envelope, making them about a $3 profit. But that QVC pallet I got, which cost me over $3,000, was in the profit within 2 months. So all of the stuff that still remains actually is all profit when it does sell. And then we have two pretty small unbranded Santa items. They did sell to the same buyer. First is this little 3D Santa ornament. This one sold for $2.92. And then this really cute carved Santa. This is a little fireplace or shelf sitter. This one sold for $9.43. I paid less than 50 cents for each of these. So altogether, they're going to be about an $8 profit. Next up is a license plate, and about a third of our sales going out today are license plates. If you don't know, I just picked up about 2,000 license plates from an online auction, paid about $1,000 for all of them. So really less than $1 in if you divide equally. Some of them I paid more for. They were in a smaller lot of older plates, and then other ones were less than 33 cents each. So we'll just say less than $1 in. This is the first one. This is a Michigan farm tag. So what I've known with the license plates is if they say like farm, if they say truck, that's something you want to mention in your title. This one sold for $16, plus the buyer paid $5.95 in shipping. And I did want to show how I am shipping these license plates. So because I bought 2,000 of them, and anytime I buy a bunch of one type of item, I will buy shipping supplies specifically for that item. So I have bought these padded poly mailers that are the exact size of most of the license plates. There are some that don't fit, but the majority do. So I just simply put them in there and they are done. So that license plate will be about a $15 profit. Next is a vintage Budweiser pen. And this vintage Budweiser pen was in my Harley lot, so I'm less than $1 in, and it sold for $10.48, making it about an $8 profit, and it sold in about 2 months. Buyer did pay $5 in shipping. These next ones sold really fast. Keep your eye out for cross stitch stuff. I did pick these up for under $1/4 for both of them. So these are some ribbon cross stitch trim. They can be used for bookmarks, so I did put that in my title. They sold in 2 days for $6.99, so they're about a $5 profit after fees. Next up is a $2 item. I bought a lot of parts about 2.5 years ago, and some of them were valuable, and then there were a bunch that weren't worth much, and I did list them. That was when I was first starting out. I was trying to get my amount of listings up. I was trying to be consistent with listing every day, so I was pretty much listing anything I had. So these sold for a whole $1.98. I was pennies in, so it's about $1 profit, and it took over 2.5 years to sell. That is one of my lots I have bought that I did make profit. I made profit pretty fast, but looking back in retrospect, I probably would not have gotten it because most of it was low dollar stuff. And then this is a pretty cool tag. This one is from Britain, the back of a derby car. It sold for $14. You would think it would sell for more. Some of these, when I look at them, I'm like, oh, that's going to be worth a ton of money, and it simply isn't. So you definitely have to comp, even though I wish this thing was worth more. Once I did the comps, I found out it was not. It sold for $14. Still a good $11 profit in under a month. But you really need to make sure, even if you think something's valuable, look at the facts, look at what they are actually selling for, price accordingly if you want it to move fast. This next one really surprised me, and it sold in 2 days, and you're never gonna believe for how much. I'm gonna show you it first. So this is a really cool, it's got the little chickens pecking, and the big thing with this mug is this signature right here. It says Shanna. So I did some research. I found out this is by Shanna Flegel. There was only one ever sold in the last 10 years according to WorthPoint. It sold for $60. I priced mine higher. It sold in 2 days for $69.30. I picked this up for $1.25 at a thrift store. Just really different looking. I actually didn't even notice the signature until I was photographing, but this sold super fast, and it is over a $60 profit. Up next is a pen that took 2 years to sell. This is Team USA Rio de Janeiro. This one sold for $12.21, and the buyer paid $10 in shipping. It is going international, I believe. I paid less than $1, so this one's about a $9 profit. Again, took 2 years to sell. Bought a ton of pens, and most of them sold very fast, but there are still a few stragglers left. And then this cute little bear. If you see cute stuff, pick it up. This one did take longer. It took about a year, but it sold for $17.46. I only paid $1. It's about a $14 profit. Here it is up close, and this one is Art's Toy is the brand, and it's a little fighter pilot. Really great profit on that, and easy to ship. I just put my plush into poly bags and ship them that way. And then this is just a simple Harley Davidson shield, no pin or anything on the back, and this one sold for $10 in under a month, and it is about an $8 profit. Up next is a Florida license plate. This one's a little newer. It is 1986, and this one sold for $8, so it's about a $5 profit. This one was DeSoto County. I do want to share, as I am learning about license plates with you guys, the rule for license plates being on eBay is they do need to be over 3 years. So I would say at least 4 years old to list them on eBay. You need to put the year or put that it is vintage, and like in this title I did put DeSoto County. Again, anything on that plate I definitely want to include in my title to make sure that buyers searching for particular tags can find it. All right, up next is Clinique Happy. This is a body cream. This one sold for $10.48, plus the buyer paid $5 in shipping. I got this in the estate sale for $1, so it's about an $8 profit. Watch in the bathrooms when you go to estate sales. You would be amazed. Some cosmetic things can sell for hundreds of dollars because they are discontinued and people will pay up for them. And then another little cross stitch, paid less than $1. This one sold for $8, so it's got cute little sailboats here on it, and this one's about a $6 profit, and it sold in about 3 months. Up next is this throw blanket. So it's got pretty roses. This one actually has a ton of stains. So a lot of times at the thrift store, they'll be bundled up like so, and you can't really check them out without totally dismantling. I tend to just pick them up. This one I still listed, even though it has like rust and some different spots. I just made sure to photograph that and notate it in my listing. It sold for 10 bucks. I paid $4. It's about a $3 profit, but if it hadn't had the stains, it probably would have sold for about 30. So that's a chance that I take when I'm picking up linens that are bundled up like that. You never know what's going to be on the inside. I choose to still list them and try and get something out of them, unless they're horrible, in which case I would toss them and just count it as a loss. Next is this pretty little Delft blue teacup, and it does say Delft on the back. It says made in Holland. This is a really pretty little teacup. This was actually in with my high dollar teacups that I bought. It was a lot of them. This one sold for $12.58, plus the buyer paid $9 in shipping. So this one's gonna be about a $5 profit. Not much, but I paid up because I had $500 teacups in that lot. So these other ones are kind of just extra that is coming to me because I really only bought it for the few high dollar teacups. Next is this 1926 license plate. This one's really cool. This is a Ohio one. This one sold for $22, plus the buyer paid $6 in shipping. This one I would think would be worth more because it's almost 100 years old, but it's not. And with the license plates, I have pretty much researched every single one because some of them will catch you off guard. Ones that aren't as old will sell for more than older ones, and you really need to price individually, and it's crazy the range of prices that are there. So that one with the $22, we're going to make about an $18 profit. Buyer paid $6 in shipping. Then we have a 1964 Virginia license plate. This one sold for $12. Buyer paid $6 in shipping, and this one's going to be about a $10 profit. Next is this cute little vintage hanky, really pretty kind of faded pastel colored flowers. This one sold for $8, plus the buyer paid $5 in shipping. I paid less than $1, so it's about a $6 profit. And then we have a teapot. This little teapot here is Arthur Wood & Son. It is marked, and it sold for $35.68. I paid $5, so it's about a $25 profit. The buyer did pay $21.20 in shipping because teapots are heavy and take a little bit bigger boxes, and I do all calculated shipping. And then another license plate. This one is a Virginia 1958. This one sold for $11, so it's about an $8 profit. Buyer did pay $6 in shipping. Sold in under a week. All right, next up is the biggest sale of the week, and I believe one of you actually told me what type of bead box this was. I researched it. I used WorthPoint to look it up. If you don't know, WorthPoint is a reference system. It holds 10 years of history. So if you're selling these one-off items that you can't find a comp on eBay to be able to know where to price it, WorthPoint is a great tool to have in your box as a reseller. So this Weech Hall beaded box that is absolutely amazing. I paid $50 for this box. There's the bottom. This box sold for $314. So it is over a $200 profit, sold in just over a month. Buyer did pay $16 in shipping. This was an amazing sale, and it's a really awesome piece. So I did pay up. I paid 50 bucks for it, but it paid off. All right, another one that might surprise you. This is a Harley Davidson Panhead 1962 patch. This one I paid less than $2 for. It sold for $40 in about 3 months. There is the back. This one has never been used. This is a great $32 profit. Buyer did pay $5 in shipping. Watch for patches, pens. Those you can find in lots on online auctions, or people might have a big collection of them when you go to a garage sale, because there are a lot of them that sell for good money. And then we have another license plate. This one is New Hampshire 1950. This one sold for $18.88, so it's about a $15 profit. Buyer did pay $6 in shipping. Other $18 license plate, $18.88 for this New Hampshire 1932 plate. This one sold for $18.88. Buyer paid $6. It's going to be about a $15 profit. All right, another $18 license plate. But you know what? All these $15 profits add up pretty fast. 10 of them is 150 bucks. So this one sold for $18.88. This is a 1928 New Jersey. And this one's, again, another $15 profit. And then this little wine flag sold for $5.86. I paid less than 50 cents. It's about a $4.50 profit. I like these because they're really easy to photograph, really easy to list, and really easy to ship. Really, I have less than 5 minutes into all of that. So making a $4.50 profit in 5 minutes, I'm okay with that. Another license plate. This license plate sold for $20.98, making it about a $17 profit. This one is from South Australia, and it is going to South Australia. They paid $27 in shipping. This one sold in under a month, and it's going to be about a $17 profit. And I didn't think these things would ever sell. I have 2 more sets. They're little Guam wooden coasters. Set sold for $6. I have 2 more sets left. They were actually free to me, so they're about a $5 profit. We do have one Etsy sale, and that is this Jellyfish mug that my friend Erica made. This one sold for $20 on Etsy, and it is going to be only about a $5 profit. And I got this because Erica made some samples for me to look at. She is who makes my nurse flipper mugs that are available over on my Big Cartel site. She also makes my coasters. She's been a good friend of mine since I was 5. So that is all the sales. I want to let you guys know what is coming up, and then I also would like to thank people who have sent me coffees. So tomorrow night and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, don't forget we are live answering your questions and helping you with beginning your reselling journey and even more advanced questions. I will be joined with my co-host Julian, as well as our special guests who have been on several times before. I'm happy to have them on again. We will have Danny, the niche lady, as well as Tiffany from Thrifting Vegas. So it will be a super exciting night tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Wednesday at 8:30, I will be premiering again. I believe I'm going to do vintage necklaces this week for a research video. So I hope to see you both tomorrow and Wednesday. And I'm going to go ahead and thank those of you who sent me coffees. If you don't know, Buy Me a Coffee is a way to tip your content creators. Not as much fees come out as YouTube takes for super chats and things like that. So I really appreciate those of you who support me and the channel and allow me to keep making videos like this for you. All right. Tori bought me a coffee and said, "You are the best. Nice to have someone explain things." Tori, you are so welcome. I am so happy to help. And then Wanda bought me a coffee and said, "Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I learned something new with each video I watch." Wanda, thank you so much. I'm happy to help. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate the coffee. And then Cindy Dale bought me a coffee and said, "Thank you for all you do. You make reselling so much easier." Cindy, you are so welcome. I'm happy to help. Thank you for the coffee. And then Debbie sent me 3 coffees and said, "Thank you for all you do." Debbie, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for the coffees. And then Janine bought me 3 coffees and said, "Hi Kat, reselling for a few months and have learned a lot from you. Just hit 3,800 in sales in the past 30 days. Thank you so much." Janine, that is amazing. $3,800 is nothing to laugh at. That's a lot of work. So congrats on that, and thanks so much for the coffees. And then Janice bought me 2 coffees. The first one says, "Loved the panel last night, had to watch it later." Janice, thanks so much for watching, and thank you for the coffee. And then she sent another one and said, "Nice try on the video tonight. Thanks for your effort." So last week when I tried to do my teacup video on Wednesday, YouTube was not having it. Me and YouTube went round and round, so it ended up premiering Thursday. So to all of you that hung out chatting with me while we were hoping YouTube would behave, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, as well as hanging out with me tonight in the premiere. And then Lynn Stevens bought me 2 coffees. She said, "Thanks Kat for all you do. This is for you and Dalton. I've been trying to send a super chat super sticker, but my card will not work and I can't change it. But here it is. Praying for good health for you and everyone in your family." Lynn, I'm sorry YouTube's being a pain in the butt. I wish I had some control over that. However, I don't. It can definitely be frustrating, but thank you so much for going out of your way to send me the coffees. All right, that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed. We are going out again this week to go fishing and have a water picnic, and then I think we're gonna go fishing next week. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you in the live chat tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you then. Bye.